It's the quietest I've ever heard.
Okay, so we close the hearing at 6:25. And 45 seconds. Okay, Adoption Resolution B252610, increasing statutory school fees imposed on new residential and commercial industrial construction. Mr. Raxel.
So this next item is the adoption of a resolution pertaining to the developer fee study that we just had the public hearing for. This resolution proposes an increase to the statutory school fees imposed on new residential and commercial industrial construction within our district boundaries. These adjustments follow the State Allocation Board's January 2026 authorization to increase fee caps to $5.38 per square foot for residential construction and 87 cents per square foot for commercial industrial projects. Based on the findings of the developer fee justification study and our local fee sharing agreement with Oxnard Union High School District, it is recommended that the governing board approve new rates of $3.23 per square foot for residential construction and 52 cents per square foot for most commercial industrial categories. It's recommended the governing board approve the fee justification report and adopt resolution B252610 as submitted.
Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Constanza, second by Gomez. Are there any comments or discussion from the board? No? Roll call, Bruno?
Aye.
Constanza?
Aye.
Gomez? Dr. Weiss? Myself, aye. Motion passes 5-0. Okay. Item 8.3, termination and dissolution of the Measure B Citizens Oversight Committee. Mr. Raxel.
Thank you. In 2018, voters approved $34.2 million in general obligation bonds under Measure B. Since that time, the Citizens Oversight Committee has provided oversight and transparency for the public regarding the expenditure of these funds. As all authorized bond proceeds and interest earnings have now been fully expended, and final independent performance and financial audits have been completed, the committee has fulfilled its statutory purpose. It is therefore recommended that the governing board formally vote to terminate and dissolve the committee effective immediately. And we wish to express our sincerest gratitude to committee members for their dedicated volunteer service and commitment to fiscal transparency. We have 3 of them with us here tonight that made it through the entire Measure B bond process.
Okay. Do we have a motion to terminate and dissolve?
Also move.
Okay. Motion by Bruno. Second? Second. Okay. By Constanza. Are there any comments or discussion from the board? Okay. Roll call, Bruno?
Aye. Aye.
Constanza?
Aye.
Gomez?
Aye.
Dr. Weiss?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Motion passes 5-0. Dr. Walker.
All right, well, before we move on to the next item, we would like to formally recognize the members of our Citizens Oversight Committee who are here tonight. The board would like to present some certificates for you and just thank you so much for your service. And these members are actually all continuing on and serving on our active Citizens Oversight Committee, so they've been doing double duty, and it's not always easy to find community members to participate in these activities, so we're really appreciative of the 3 of you that are here tonight. So with no further delay, if I want to call your name, if you'll come forward, and I'll ask the board if you could step back so that we can just thank each of our members. Come up here to my right. Go down the dais, and then we would like to take a photo at the end. So after you get your certificate, if you could stand up here, that would be fantastic. So we will start with Lori and Naya. You also may recognize as a retired Waikiki Elementary School District teacher. Next, we have Lee Keener, who also is a very familiar place around Wainimi School District. He's been a volunteer at Wainimi Elementary School for, I don't even know how many years, but many, many, many years. So. He's been a volunteer since 1988, so. And for all of you coffee lovers out there who I'm sure absolutely love going to Anna Cappuccino, we have Anna Cappuccino owner and super supporter of Wainimi Elementary School District, Jessica Lamb.
MLS2s, pay attention because we'll be doing this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Human Resources, item 9.1, proposed adoption of the 2026-2027 classified calendars. Mr. Castellano.
Good evening, Governing Board. What I bring forth for you is we were able to work with our CSEA partners based on the instructional calendar for 26-27 to create the classified calendars, and we came to an agreement. So what I have before you is we're recommending that the Governing Board approve the 26-27 classified calendars.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would give it things.
So it's recommended that the Governing Board approve the 26-27 classified calendars.
So we have a motion to approve. Motion to approve. Motion by Gomez, second by Bruno. Any comments or discussion from the board? Yes, Dr. Luis.
My annual question. You ready this year? Here it is. How closely does it match the Oxnard Union High School District? Match what our parents need to do?
So save your question for the next item, because this is actually this is the classified calendar, so has more to do with our 12-month, but we are ready for that question in item 9.2.
They're ready for you. They're ready for you.
We have to vote on this one.
Okay, roll call. Bruno?
Aye.
Constanza?
Aye.
Gomez?
Aye.
Dr. Weiss?
Aye.
Myself, aye. Motion passes 5-0. Item 9.2, proposed adoption of the 2027-2028 teacher work year and student instructional calendar. Mr. Castellano.
Good evening, Governing Board. What I bring before you is the 27-28 teacher work year and student instructional calendar. And we were able to work closely with our HEA partners. And at the table, we did have a discussion about how we could have this closely aligned with the Oxnard High School District. And we all agreed to put forth a proposal and an option that aligned with the Oxnard Union High School District, really around spring break. Their start date and end date is a little different, but we did agree, let's put it out and see if there's interest in how, provide that option. So we did provide the option to our members. And option 2 which was selected, so that's what we have before you. So if you look at this option, it has the spring break, the first 2 weeks in April, and the high school district is the 3rd week in April is when they have their spring break. so it doesn't align. However, we did provide that option, and we worked together to make sure that we address that, Dr. Weiss.
They need their homework.
Yes.
Okay, motion to approve? After. Oh, I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Bruno, second by Constanza. Okay, so comments or discussion?
Maybe for a question. When does Easter fall? Because I got a lot of comments from parents in our area that they were happy that our break was after Easter, and parents in Ventura, their break was before Easter. So I pumped up my grandkids with tons of candy the day before they had to go to school.
I have to look. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know when it falls.
I think that should be kind of a consideration. I got a lot of comments. That's all.
Any more questions? Okay, roll call. Bruno?
Aye.
Constanza?
Aye.
Gomez? Dr. Weiss?
No.
Okay. All right,
I've only been asking this for 11 years.
okay. And myself, aye, so motion passes 5-0. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-1. Yes. Okay. Item 9.3, approval of the 2025-2026 salary schedules for certified employees. Mr. Castellano.
So what I bring before you is the approval of the 25-26 salary schedules. You know, as you know, the board did approve the salary increase for our certificated employees. So we're able to update all the salary schedules to reflect the increase. So we have the teachers, the counselors, the psychologists, the speech and language pathologists, new salary schedules before you tonight. So it's recommended that you approve these salary schedules.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, so motion by Dr. Weiss, second by Gomez. Comments or discussions from the board? No? Roll call. Bruno?
Aye.
Constanza?
Aye.
Gomez?
Aye.
Dr. Weiss? And myself, aye, 5-0. So motion passes. Educational services. Item 10.1, quarterly report on Williams uniform complaints. Dr. Molina.
This is a routine report to say that BCOE has completed the Q3 Williams report related to textbooks, instructional materials, and facilities, and the district did not receive any complaints or negative findings.
Item 10.2, dual language immersion program update. Ms. Ian.
Alrighty. Good evening, members of the board, Dr. Walker, and executive cabinet. Tonight, I'm pleased to share an update on our dual language immersion program. Beyond daily lessons, our mission serves a higher purpose, developing cognitive flexibility and cultural competency in our students. As we move through the presentation, you will notice a consistent theme of blue and green. These colors represent our language allocation plan. Blue for English, green for Spanish. You will also see turquoise, which symbolizes the bilingual brain. Those moments where our students are continuously bridging between languages and utilizing their full linguistic repertoire. By looking at our latest data, our specialized materials, and the insights of our external DLI consultant, I will show how we are moving from vision to action and what the next steps look like for our district. Okay, when we look at our DLI landscape, we see a wonderful spectrum of experience. On one end, we have legacy programs like BARD and GREEN, which have provided us with nearly 40 years of combined institutional knowledge. On the other end, we are in a season of exciting growth. Since adding Parkview 8 years ago, we have expanded to Larson and Sunkist, and we are now preparing to launch Haycox this August. Looking further ahead, we have already mapped the path for Blackstock, which will begin its program in 2028 as our Larson students promote into middle school. We aren't just maintaining a program, we are scaling a proven model. We are taking the gold standard established at our founding sites and ensuring it is accessible to every new cohort of dual language learners across the district. Professional development is the engine of our DLI program. We aren't just asking teachers to speak 2 languages, we are equipping them with a specialized, high-level toolkit. Our strategy focuses on 3 pillars. First, curriculum design. For 3 consecutive summers, our teams, including our MLSTs right behind me, have built and planned around integrated biliteracy units. This ensures that language learning is woven directly into our core content and not treated as an extra. Second, instructional rigor. Through our work with Steele and GLAD, our teachers are mastering strategies that bridge the gap between language growth and grade level standards. This is sophisticated cross-linguistic instruction. And finally, we prioritize direct support. Through our partnership with DLI consultant, Dr. Amador Linkster, we provide virtual and on-site mentorship, debriefing, and coaching in real time. In short, we are building the capacity of our staff so they can unlock the full potential of our dual language learners. This slide illustrates our instructional toolbox that includes core and supplemental materials. We've moved past simple translation to a biliteracy bridging approach, where our curriculum materials actually talk to one another. For core literacy, we use the Wonders and Maravillas systems. These are not separate programs. They are designed to work in tandem so students meet high standards in both languages simultaneously. To build a strong foundation, we pair Spanish and English phonics transfer kits, and these help students find linguistic shortcuts between the 2 languages, which actually accelerates their path to bilingual proficiency. A true cornerstone of our success are the HESD biliteracy integrated units that we're so proud of. Rather than utilizing standard materials, our teachers have utilized their expertise to engineer high-level thematic units. This locally developed framework ensures that language and core content are woven together with a level of precision and rigor that defines Wainini's commitment to excellence. In short, we have commissioned a toolkit that honors both languages, ensuring our students are emerge as bilingual, biliterate, and culturally competent global citizens. And now let's take a look at the numbers. This data compares our K through 2nd DLI students to their peers in early literacy. To see the whole child, we use M-Class DIBELS for English and Lectura for Spanish. On this chart, orange bars are the DLI students and blue bars are the non-DLI. And we move from fall to winter results. Looking at the center bars, our students show strong competitive growth in Lectura. They are building the essential phonemic awareness in Spanish that serves as their primary literacy base. However, in the first 2 orange bars on the left, you will notice that in these early grades, DLI students may currently underperform their peers in the English DIBELS assessment. However, this is not just expected, it is a hallmark of dual language programs. Research identifies this as a temporary lag, as young students manage the cognitive load of 2 languages. On the next slide, you will see this English reading gap close for the older students. The magic of DLI happens as students reach 4th grade. This gap typically closes or even reverses. What you see today in English is simply a construction phase in the early grades. We're building a deeper, more complex foundation of biliteracy that takes a bit longer to settle. But results are much stronger in academic structure by the time they reach the upper elementary grades. Okay. This slide shows our spring Ames Web reading outcomes for DLI, again, and non-DLI students. Again, orange being the DLI students. There are 2 key takeaways here. First, you can see the gap closure I mentioned in the previous slide. In the first orange bar on the left, you can see that DLI students are performing stronger in English reading than non-DLI students, with about 64% at benchmark compared to 58%. Here, the gap has not only closed, it has reversed a bit. Second, in the center bar, we see that Spanish reading is an area of need for our DLI students. Only about 42% are at benchmark, and nearly 40 are in the highest risk tier. In short, our DLI program is showing strength in English literacy in the upper grades, but we need to strengthen supports in Spanish reading to ensure balanced biliteracy. So this was our first time taking the CSA, California Spanish Assessment, which is quite rigorous. And this slide shows our baseline. Unlike our other assessments, this specifically measures academic Spanish proficiency in reading, writing, and mechanics. Looking at the purple bars, we see a semi-healthy concentration of students at level 2, moderate proficiency. In 4th grade, this is actually our largest group at over 50%. And even by 7th grade, 35% of our students remain in this middle tier. This tells us that a significant portion of our students are on the bridge. They have the foundation, but they have not yet mastered the sophisticated academic writing required for level 3. And writing is a big focus for us. However, the challenge is clear. As the language complexity increases from grade 4 to 7, we see more students sliding into level 1, limited proficiency. This data is exactly why we are focusing on pedagogical depth. We aren't just teaching Spanish, we're building academic literacy. These results confirm that our shift toward intentional bridging and specialized writing instruction is necessary to move that large purple middle group into the high proficiency levels that we know our students can reach. This slide provides a high-level apples-to-apples comparison using 5th grade CASP English Language Arts data. We are currently focusing on BARD, Parkview, and EO Green, as these are currently our only matured programs with 5th grade state data. In 2024, our DLI students already held a competitive edge. However, the shift in 2025 is even more significant. While the non-DLI average remained consistent under 30%, our DLI cohorts rose to nearly 34 proficiency in 2025. This success validates our multi-year commitment. It serves as a powerful preview of the academic achievement we are cultivating as our remaining DLI campuses reach the same 5th grade milestone. And here is an overview that provides a look at our current program health based on our external DLI consultants' analysis. Our core strengths are centered on student engagement. We see a consistent shift towards student-led conversation, where learners feel safe taking the intellectual risks necessary to acquire a second language. Additionally, our teachers maintain high fidelity to the language of instruction, ensuring a rigorous immersion environment. As we look ahead, our primary goal is to deepen pedagogical support. This means moving beyond simple immersion to a more intentional, third linguistic classroom space. We will explicitly bridge Spanish and English through specialized student-teacher created visual tools for morphology and syntax. Essentially, we have built a healthy foundation, and now we're formalizing the sophisticated bridges needed to ensure durable, long-term dual language success. So to conclude, our next phase is ambitious, but our team is genuinely excited for the challenge. We are focusing on 3 key pillars to ensure a high-quality, district-wide experience. First, we're refining our biliteracy integrated units further. To reiterate, these teacher-created frameworks are the pedagogical engine of our classrooms, ensuring a rigorous academic experience at every grade level. Second, we are building our program infrastructure. This includes a new DLI handbook to standardize our excellence and a common intake assessment to ensure every student is placed and supported with precision. Finally, the cornerstone of this work is the K through 12 pathway. Our bold vision is that every 8th grade DLI student will be prepared to eventually take the Spanish AP exam. This isn't just a goal, it's a statement of our belief in our students' potential. This work is complex, but with your support, we are ready to do the heavy lifting and to ensure our students have a truly transformative educational journey. Okay, and with that, on behalf of our students and staff, I'm honored to invite the governing board and the district cabinet to a very special event. On June 11th, we will gather at the Oxnard Performing Arts Center for our second annual Bridges to Multilingualism celebration. This evening is dedicated to our 5th and 8th grade students as they reach this major milestone in their journey. We hope that you will join us to celebrate the biliteracy and cultural identities that make our district so strong. It is truly an inspiring evening, and we would love to see you there. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening. Any questions?
Yes.
I have one question about the third to last slide, our focus moving forward. The middle slide on the top, develop a pathway to the seal of biliteracy.
Yes.
Does that mean our 8th graders get the chance to take the middle school seal biliteracy assessment, or is it preparing for the 12th grade?
It's preparing them for the 12th grade, but as the CDE guide says, they would like to see the elementaries and junior highs kind of have our own pathway, our own awards, right? And also we are giving our kiddos a seal if they are, we're starting this year with Dr. Margarita Mosqueda, who is our AP at Green working with DLI, and they have developed a pathway where the students have to write an essay, right, at a very high level, a presentation, and there's quite a few pieces. So the criteria is quite rigorous to earn that HESD seal pathway.
So is that the statewide seal?
The statewide seal is only given your senior year, right? I thought. Could it be before? Senior year?
I helped develop the seal of biliteracy when I was up north, and president of AXA, and it was for 12th grade. And then Santa Clara County Office of Education built one for 8th grade. And so you might check with them and see if there's still one available. But that was many years ago when I was young. So
Okay.
check it out.
Yeah, so we feel like we have our own version because the kiddos that now receive a seal, a medal, must pass that rigorous criteria.
And just by the way, the seal is not capitalized like that. That's the other program that's capitalized.
Oh.
That's the Sobrato.
My brain is always with those.
We actually, NABE gave me an award for working on that game. I have it on the wall in my house.
That is so.
But I do believe there's a middle school one, I'm pretty sure, that has been calibrated to predict the 12th grade.
Okay, so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We also want 5th grade next year. We're going to learn from EO Green, and then 5th grade to also have a rigorous criteria.
Thank you. Great presentation.
You're welcome. Thank
Beautiful
you.
slides.
Thanks.
Any more questions? So 10.3, the strategic impact of multilingual learner support teachers. Ms. Ian.
I'll just stay right here.
Give an applause for that.
And to all the teachers in DLI hard work and the MLSTs who support them so well. So, good evening again, everyone. So, when we think of our work of education, especially in serving our multilingual learners, it can often feel like navigating a vast and ever-changing sea. There's a theme here. There are moments of calm, moments of uncertainty, and moments that require us to be especially intentional in how we guide and support our students. In that journey, our district strives to be a lighthouse, steady, visible, and unwavering in our commitment. A lighthouse does not steer the ship, but it ensures that every ship has a clear path forward. Our multilingual programs represent that light. They reflect our shared commitment to ensuring that every emergent bilingual student is not only supported, but empowered to thrive academically, linguistically, and culturally. And while this is truly our collective work as a district, it is the expertise, dedication, and leadership of our multilingual learner support TOSAs, or MLSTs, at each site that bring this vision to life every day. Tonight, you will hear directly from them as they share our team's work, the strategies, supports, and impact that they're making to ensure student success across our schools. So it is my honor to begin this presentation and to introduce the incredible educators who serve as that guiding light for our students. So MLSTs, please stand when I call your name and remain standing. And just remain standing, and I'll let you know when you can sit. We're going to say their names again later, but I just want to really start by calling them out. So first, Angie Fulmer, Michelle Harris, Steve DeCoste, Nicola Point Archangel, Monica Luna Velasquez, Jose Valdez, Veronica Mojica Smith, Maria Paramo, Susana Reyes, Jennifer Tapia, Rosa Reyes Soto, and our fabulous data entry clerk, Alejandra Gobera. Oh, stay standing, sorry. So their expertise is the engine inside the lighthouse. To show you exactly how that light reaches our classrooms and homes, I've asked our team tonight to share brief snapshots of the different beams of their important work. You may be seated. This slide illustrates the work of our multilingual specialist team. In a complex educational landscape, they are the steady beam ensuring our learners reach their full potential. Our work follows 4 critical signals. First, we navigate, using data as our chart to ensure every student has a clear path toward reclassification. Next, we illuminate, lighting the way for teachers through classroom demos and professional learning that make high-quality instruction visible. Then we guide, providing direct support through intervention groups and paraprofessional guidance to steer students toward proficiency. And finally, we connect, anchoring our work in the community so families are true partners in this journey. As our team shares these updates, you'll see how we are moving beyond compliance to a culture where multilingualism is recognized as a superpower. And now, to walk us through our navigational data is Michelle, our lead data strategist.
Thank you. Good evening. As Special Projects MLST, I have the pleasure of sharing some beams of our multilingual data. I'd like to start with the imagery on this slide. We ground our work in the idea that language is like the tide, that deep, influential force. Home languages are not barriers. Rather, they are assets that shape our students' thinking and identity. Our mission is to build on these strengths to ensure every student thrives. Our district is vibrantly diverse. We currently serve students speaking more than 12 native languages and dialects, the majority being Spanish and Mixtec, but also Tagalog, German, and in previous years, even Mandarin, Chinese, and Punjabi. When you look at our district makeup on this pie graph, the big picture is striking. Along with our incoming kinder TVDs and our initially fluent students, over 65% of our district is supported by the multilingual support team. While our core work stays focused on our largest groups, the 38% who are emergent bilinguals in blue, and our growing 20% of reclassified students in green. That represents over 3,700 individuals. Our district is truly defined by its multilingualism. And across the bottom of this slide, you'll see how our multilingual students are currently serviced across all our sites. The 2,418 multilingual learners who we currently support fall into 3 critical categories. Going down the chart. Newcomers, who under CDE's new definition have been in the U.S. for less than 3 years and require intensive language support. At-risk and long-term English learners, now in EL programs for 5 to 7 years, are where we focus on breaking through proficiency plateaus, and our duly identified multilingual learners with an IEP are where we collaborate closely with special education to align IEP goals with language acquisition. Each student's English proficiency level, represented in the orange, requires a unique spectrum of integrated and designated ELD, which my colleagues will spotlight tonight. Our journey of support begins with the official home language survey. Currently, 207 TK students are entering this pathway. We instruct and monitor every student from initial identification through daily ELD instruction with a steadfast goal of reclassification and multilingualism. Despite rigorous state criteria, especially for our duly identified students, our district has been increasingly reclassifying more students year after year. Even after students reclassify, we provide 4 years of follow-up monitoring to ensure long-term success. With 116 students currently having fully exited across the district, it is clear that our voyage to proficiency is having success. And to detail the LPAC, I'll pass it to Angie.
Good evening. I'd like to draw your attention to the highlighted sections of the California Assessment Timeline. The English Language Proficiency Assessment for California, the LPAC, became operational in 2018, replacing the old CELT. Many of you may remember that. And prior to that, it was the Lost Links. The alternate LPAC also became operational in 2022. Our district enrolls newcomer students, new to the district, new to the state, new to the country, all year long. So that testing window is open all year long. From February 1st to May 31st, the bulk of our multilingual learners are tested annually with the summative. So we have the summative general LPAC and the summative alternate LPAC. Also highlighted on this timeline is also highlighted on this assessment timeline is the LPAC interim assessment. And those assessments were released for the benefit of the teachers and the students. The interim LPAC helps us become more familiar with the rigors of the 4 domains on the summative. It should be noted that there is no other state test. The CAS nor the CAW do not require our students to be tested in the same way as the LPAC. The 4 domains are individually tested. It's the listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And one of the most rigorous expectations is the one-on-one speaking domain. This is where the students are recorded and scored in the moment with various rubrics. The level of difficulty is amazing. It increases very quickly from basic classroom vocabulary to summarizing an academic concept in science and history. As test examiners, we listen for the degree to which the student responses provide a clear summary of the main points of the details, as well as the cohesion, the grammar and word choice, the pronunciation and intonation, and the ability to sustain language. So you might be wondering, how do we accomplish all of this testing task? Well, if you take a look in the upper right of our cycle, it all starts in the spring with early planning. One or two of us do the early preparation and are required to do the LEA training in a Moodle module, which takes us about 6 hours. And then the second phase of the cycle takes us to late August. And all of the MLSTs and a few of our paras also become trained. And we use the trainer of trainer models. And we test all of our initial kids. And this is the bulk of our incoming kinders. And this past fall, it was about 350, I believe, 350, and about 6 alternate LPAC for the incoming special ed kinders. So at the bottom of our cycle, that takes us to late fall, November-ish. A new summative was released. So it requires, again, another LEA training. One or two of us does that certification. It takes us up the cycle to January, February, another round of certification where most of us, again, all the MLSTs, the paraprofessionals, a small group of traveling LPAC examiners with retired teachers to help us, and a few SDC teachers this year, about 5 of them, all became certified. And I'm proud to say that we have reached about 50 or 52 certified LPAC examiners this year. So it takes us all the way to the top of our cycle. By May 31st, we will have tested 2,418 students. Yeah, and then, the craziness starts all over again. And with that, I'll pass it back to Michelle.
So, as for the progress of our multilingual students, we're pleased to see the direct impact of our LPAC preparation on the California dashboard. English learner progress is measured by growth of at least one LPAC level annually. While we've historically outperformed state averages, I want to speak to the data trend you might see in the orange box, where it notes a decline of 9.9% in 2024. This is following a post-COVID peak of 55.5% growth, and thus our current progress remains remarkably consistent. We have officially moved from orange in 2024 to green in 2025. On the dashboard, a shift fueled by the fact that 48% of our English learners or emergent bilinguals made significant progress, and even more impressively, over 60% of our long-term ELs showed growth. This is clear evidence that our intensive strategies like GLAD and SEAL are working. And here is a look at the path to reclassification. We follow strict CDE guidelines across the 4 criteria, ranging from, at the bottom of the staircase, with the ticket, the LPAC scores of a 4 or a 3 on the alternate, to CASP results and standard-based grades. We've also stayed ahead of the curve by launching the OPTEL teacher observation protocol this year. Reclassification isn't just a once-a-year event for our department, it's a year-round collaboration. The results are clear. Our district-wide reclassification rate grew from 15% in 2024 to 17% in 2025. We celebrate how our multilingual students are effectively navigating from emergent to fluent English proficient at an increasing pace, with a particularly strong foundation starting in TK and kindergarten. Finally, let's focus on how we support students after they reclassify. We monitor for 4 years to ensure they continue to thrive. The data shows that our reclassified students are truly shining. In the bar graph, note the tallest blue bars show that over 37% met or exceeded standards in English language arts, and 20% did so in math. On the CASP, they are significantly outperforming their English-only peers in the yellow in both areas, math and yellow. As you can see across the bottom of the slide, our reclassified students are excelling year over year over those 4 years of review. Percentages of these students making adequate academic progress following reclassification all exceed 90%, an all-time high. In short, our strategies aren't just helping students learn English, they are setting the foundation for long-term academic mastery. We monitor students across all our language programs, and with that, I will pass it to Nicole.
Good evening. MLSTs provide assistance to the dual language immersion programs across 5 of the 11 school sites, providing support to administrators, teachers, students, and families. In addition to this ongoing support, the team is actively engaged in establishing future DLI programs, with Haycock scheduled to commence next school year and Blackstock anticipated to launch within the subsequent 3 years. We offer differentiated support to DLI teachers, including lesson demonstrations, co-planning, and contributing diverse, authentic, and culturally relevant resources. Our teacher support specifically emphasizes the use of biliteracy integrated units and creating language goals in both Spanish and English. Working alongside our DLI classroom teacher colleagues, our overarching goal is to foster bilingual and biliterate individuals dedicated to promoting social justice. The MLST team employs asset-based, research-driven instructional strategies. We actively model and encourage staff to use high-leverage strategies that promote biliteracy. Key strategies emphasized include translanguaging, the implementation of GLAD and SEAL for academic language acquisition, and a focus on oral language development starting as early as TK, to expand cross-linguistic vocabulary. To stay current, the MLST team attends bi-monthly VCOE trainings and dual language conferences, for example, La Cosecha and CABE, and then cascades this information down to DLI staff. Next, my colleague Monica will discuss our team's approach to professional development using some of these asset-based strategies.
Good evening. The multilingual department actively leads research-based professional learning across the district, work that illuminates pathways for teachers to provide equitable access for every student. Here we highlight 4 core focus areas from the California English Learner Roadmap, which guide the professional learning we provide across the district. First of all, asset-based, student-centered pedagogies remind us to start and begin with students' strengths. Our multilingual learners come to us with language, culture, experiences, and ways of knowing that are valuable. We help teachers plan from those strengths so students see themselves reflected in the learning and can fully participate. Quality instruction and meaningful access means ensuring all students engage with rigorous grade level content while also developing language. One way we support this is through Wendy Means by Literacy integrated units, which bring together content, language, reading, writing, speaking, and listening around a common universal theme or essential question. So students are not learning in isolated pieces, but through meaningful connections. Third, honoring classroom diversity means recognizing that every classroom is filled with unique learners, families, cultures, and perspectives. These units help teachers connect learning beyond the four walls of the classroom, making it more relevant, memorable, and engaging. Finally, fourth, championing multilingual education means understanding that multilingualism is an asset. Our professional learning helps teachers see language development as embedded in all learning, as students explain, compare, describe, discuss, and write about true academic content. A strong example of how these principles come together is through universal themes such as structure, change, systems, relationships. These big ideas help teachers connect subjects and build essential questions that promote deeper thinking. Instead of students thinking, now it's science time, now it's language arts time, they begin to see how learning connects across all the disciplines. Integrated units help us teach in a way that is more connected, more meaningful, more complex, and more intentional. Building stronger thinkers, stronger language users, and stronger opportunities for all of our students. Thank you. And now,
Good evening, everybody. I'm Jennifer Tapia, and I will provide you with an overview of the professional learning services. Of the professional learning services the multilingual department has developed, customized, and implemented across the district. We support educators from TK through 8th grade across all instructional programs, including the dual language immersion and English only. Grounded in research-based pedagogies, the district has adopted the Guided Language Acquisition Design, also known as Project GLAD, and the Sobrato Early Academic Language or SEAL models as framework for all foundational teacher training. This training provides a collection of highly effective strategies and are customized and aligned to the Wainimi Elementary by Literacy integrated units, which are also a product of this team, the work of this team and teachers, of course. This alignment intentionally bridges grade level content to language development, academic vocabulary, increasing both access and rigor in every classroom. A key milestone of this work is that for the first time, teachers are building capacity in the language of instruction. DLI and SEI teachers receive training, instructional modeling, and resources in English or Spanish, according to their program needs. Beyond foundational training, we also provide extended systems of support. At the site level, we provide PD responsive to the site's programs, live classroom demonstrations and instructional modeling, facilitation of collaborative teams, capacity building during staff meetings, and active participation in leadership teams and instructional initiatives. In addition, we design and facilitate teacher supporting teacher sessions, also known as TSTs. TSTs also, during TSTs, educators learn from one another around targeted instructional practices. TSTs may also include make and take workshops, which allows teachers to create ready-to-use resources, cross-site teacher collaboration to build support networks that grow teacher capacity, and access to ready-to-go collection of resources for teachers to easily integrate into their lessons. We are incredibly proud to share the impact of our work. Over the past 5 years, nearly 5,000 students in grades TK to 8 have benefited from this work. 188 teachers have received foundational training and ongoing support. This number includes all of our TK and all of our DLI educators. Furthermore, these services have been implemented at all of our sites, including our 9 elementaries and 2 junior highs. Looking ahead, we're currently developing 2 GLAD secondary level trainers to expand and sustain this work in the upper grades. And we are also very proud to note that the only 2 certified Project GLAD trainers in the whole county of Ventura are here in Wainimi and are part of this team. None of this work happens without the incredible dedication of the team and the commitment of teachers to grow. MLS teachers are true pillars of support and expertise for their school communities and are vital instructional leaders moving our district forward. At the heart of the multilingual department's work, beyond the high-impact professional learning, access, and rigor, there is a much more human goal. We are here to illuminate the path to student success by bringing joy back to teaching and learning, creating classrooms where both educators and students can truly thrive. And creating these classrooms, these settings requires deep collaboration. To expand on the impact of interdisciplinary teams, I will pass it to Nicole. Thank you.
Well, you guys could have told me I didn't have my slide up last time. Let me remember this time. Hello again. The Special Education and Multilingual Support Department's interdisciplinary team was established last year to collaborate on instructional plans for our most vulnerable population, duly identified students. This year, the team has met 3 times, and we have 1 additional meeting to come in May. Some topics of focus were reviewing integrated and designated ELD, investigation of our various HESD databases, there's a lot, confirming appropriate accommodations and/or designated supports for duly identified students. The MLST team consults with site case managers and program specialists and provides guidance to IEP teams on language goal development and potential LPAC domain exemptions, ensuring all available supports facilitate student achievement. The ultimate goal of our team collaboration is the successful reclassification of our duly identified students. Our model embodies our dedication to breaking down barriers and creating inclusive educational environments where every student can succeed and thrive. Continuing the discussion on student success, my colleague Rosalyn will address 2 additional aspects of our work, 2 more, we have so many, don't we? Student intervention groups and para-educator training.
Buenas noches. Tonight I will provide an overview of our department's guided and direct services. Thank you. I want to re-emphasize that every multilingual learner is a valuable asset to our schools. It is our shared responsibility to ensure that they have every opportunity to thrive linguistically, academically, and socially. Our department is committed to advancing equitable language development for all multilingual learners by identifying areas of need and providing targeted supports. The sustainability and impact of our multilingual support team program are deeply rooted in the dedication of our paraeducators, our parallel counterparts. Our paraeducators are the boots on the ground and the driving force behind daily support, working side by side with students in classrooms and intervention groups to accelerate language development, growth, and academic achievement. At our sites, paraeducators and MLSTs work in unison to light the path for multilingual learners by collaborating closely to provide guidance on scaffolding instruction, encouraging academic language use, and supporting students in ways that foster independence. It is important to note that our department has provided formal district-wide professional development to our district paraeducators, equipping them with effective strategies and tools to better support my multilingual students. Additionally, we have incorporated andragogical collaborations, leveraging adult learning principles and peer-to-peer engagements to further enhance paraeducators' professional growth and the effectiveness of our department's training initiatives. Regular check-ins and collaborative planning help our paraeducators be confident and prepared, ensuring students receive consistent, high-quality language support every day. We know that students learn from one another, but it is the teacher's role to facilitate opportunities that make this possible. It is an honor to share how the MLST team provides personalized learning pathways that foster multilingual learner success, taking into account the diverse needs across the wide spectrum of multilingual learner typologies. We currently run multiple daily small targeted intervention groups in grades 4 through 8. Specifically designed for English learners who need language and literacy support beyond the classroom instruction. At all of our sites, MLST provides tailored supports for newcomers by offering intensive foundational language development, culture orientation, and immediate content access. We recognize that grades 4 through 8 are pivotal times for our students, transitioning from learning to read to reading to learn. For this reason, we also focus on supporting long-term English learners. For our LTELs, we offer targeted academic language development, disciplinary literacy support, and guidance on accelerating reclassification. In essence, our interventions in grades 4 through 8 are essential for bridging the gap between conversational proficiency and the academic language needed for complex subject matter. It is a privilege to present this overview of this segment of our team's work. United in our mission, we strive to empower every student and redefine what is possible for our multilingual learners throughout our schools. At this time, I will turn the presentation back over to Jennifer Tapia. Thank you.
Before we conclude, we would like to highlight, there it is. We would like to highlight the essential role of connection, advocacy, and family engagement. We know that strong community partnerships directly drive student achievement and well-being, and at the core of all of this is trust. By building authentic relationships with families, we can provide the most meaningful support for our students. This requires true intentionality. We are deeply committed to creating affirming, welcoming environments where every family feels valued and where every single student knows their identity is a powerful asset and that they belong. As Dolores Huerta reminds us, we must use our lives to make the world a better place. We embrace this call in all we do. In that spirit, the Multilingual Department is proud to build bridges with our families to advance the well-being and academic success of all of our scholars, to inspire and empower all students to thrive every day. Thank you so much. I will now turn it to our director, Ms. Guillen, for some final remarks.
As you've seen tonight, our multilingual learner support teachers are much, much more than just TOSAs. They are the navigators who translate complex data into student progress. They are the illuminators who empower our teachers through professional development. And most importantly, they are the guide and the connection for our families who are navigating a new language and a new school system. This team of professionals is ensuring that our district remains a safe harbor and beyond, where every student's heritage is honored and their potential is unlocked. And I can just tell you, this team just cares deeply. Like they deeply, deeply care, they deeply love each other, they support each other. They're just an incredible team, and I'm just so honored to be able to work alongside them. So, oh gosh. We're supposed to be reading this fabulous quote, and I was saying all that. Now I'm going to have to read it. Lighting the path for our students is a collective responsibility. We are grateful for our MLSTs who also provide that essential light. So with that, we thank you for your continued support, cabinet, board members, of this vital work. And we are happy to answer any questions you may have at this time. Are there any questions for us?
Well, I don't have a question, but I was excited to see this in the packet. I was so excited, I brought my wife down to say, take a look at this. This is really exciting. So thank all of you for the work that you do. And not only was this presentation exciting, it was beautiful. It really described the values that we have here as a district. And so I'm just so proud of each and every one of you for the work you do. And the results, the data you showed, all that always excites me.
I just
Put
want to
that in there
say,
just for you, Dr. Weiss.
I just want to say, I got really emotional. I want to cry, but I didn't want to cry. I mean, I was like, want to be strong. And I just want to say, in behalf of an English learner, thank you for everything that you are doing. I mean, I didn't have no idea how much work it will take. And I wish that when I was an English learner and arriving as a team, that I will have all of you to support me. It was incredible, grateful, and amazing presentation. Thank you.
Okay, if there are no questions and no further questions, then at this time, we would like to honor our MLSTs with a certificate of excellence. So MLSTs, we're going to ask you to walk up the dais, be honored by the board, and then come right back down and start to form a line here so we can take a picture.
Just like we modeled.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna go back to our. Okay. Angie Fulmer. Michelle Mills. Steve DeCoste. Nicole LaPointe Archangel. Monica Luna Velasquez. Jose Valdez. Veronica Mojica Smith. Maria Paramo. Susana Reyes. Jennifer Tapia. Rosalyn Tellez Soto. And last but not least, our data entry clerk, Alejandra Gobea.
I have yours.
Steve wasn't there for me, that's what happened.
By the way, check your certificate.
Yes.
Somebody I didn't have to do. I'll get it to you.
Is it okay? We all stand in front of this or? Angie and Michelle. It's all, okay. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so we have to stand in front of this way, sideways, sideways. Want to do sideways? Which side, which side?
That way. You're right.
There's one or show your certificates.
One Steve, I'm holding Steve.
Yeah, they gave her two. You work twice as hard as all.
Susana, get a little closer.
All right, you guys are in?
One is Steve, there's Steve's.
Yes.
Then you have yours.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Sorry, Steve's not here, so it's you to us.
Yeah.
Go in there, in the center, por ahí al lado de Mariana.
Yeah, no.
Yay!
Okay, look at Cynthia first, Cynthia, everybody. Okay, where's Cynthia? Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Irma? All right, okay, me? Thank you. Yay. Thank you.
Presentation and
I'm still
Policies, item 11.1, acceptance and first reading of proposed policy revisions. Dr. Walker.
All right, well, this literally feels like the flattest item after that presentation. But I do just want to, before we move on, just again say thank you to all of our MLSTs. I mean, the work that you do it's evident every day, but when you sit and listen to the presentation, because we're often not reminded of the work all together. And that was really a great presentation and just really emphasizes the student focus, the level of work that you do, the amount of work that you do. So thank you very much. And with that, tonight we're bringing forward some policies for updates, and I just want to update a couple to highlight. Most of these reflect new state laws, such as Senate Bill 848, which strengthens the prohibitions on inappropriate conduct among adults working in schools, between adults and students, as well as AB 1230, which now requires districts to include a rehabilitation plan at the time of an expulsion and expands how we track documents. We're also updating our physical education policy to reflect new requirements to provide accommodations for students during periods of religious fasting, and to adopt and annually review extreme weather protocols. So these are for first reading tonight. If you have any feedback or recommended revisions, please reach out to Cynthia between now and May. Our next meeting is May 11th, so it's next week.
Do we have a motion to accept? Okay, motion by Dr. Wee, second.
I'll second.
Second by Bruno. Any comments or discussions from the board?
A couple of questions.
Go ahead.
I just minor questions on policy 3400, capital assets. I noticed we changed it from 5,000 to 10,000. Was there a reason for that, or is this just how the state did it?
There was, but I'll let Patty answer that because she's prepared for that question.
Yes, back on July 1st of 2025, it became effective, a Code of Federal Regulations. It's CFR, Title 2, Section 200.1, and it states that the capital asset amount meant increased to 10,000 from 5,000.
Thank you very much. One more question, I just have to find it. That's the problem with these things, trying to find them.
I think it was on policy 5144.1. Is that the one you were asking about, Darlene?
Yes. So I was looking at the gun. I don't see it right now, but somewhere it said you couldn't bring a firearm or an imitation. So, but you've clarified that for me. I appreciate it. That it still is expellable if they bring an imitation gun.
Yes, what Darlene is referring to is that there's under Ed Code, there's certain mandatory expulsions, things that you have to and things that are recommended. And an imitation firearm is a recommended, not a mandatory. So that is why in the policy it specifies that the imitation doesn't fall under the mandatory, but you still may expel it. It's still against our rules and we still don't allow it.
Thank you so much.
That was it. Okay. Any other questions?
Just children experiencing homelessness, change from homeless children. I think that's really the proper way to describe it.
That's better.
Okay.
Thank you.
I can't say it.
We say that earlier. It was like handicap. It was we'll fix it.
Any other questions or discussion? Okay, roll call. Bruno?
Aye.
Constanza? Aye. Gomez?
Aye.
Dr. Weiss?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Motion passes 5-0. Okay. Other board business, item 12.1, CSBA Delegate Assembly runoff election. Dr. Walker.
Yes, there is one seat left to be filled for CSBA subregion 11.B, and there is a runoff between two candidates, and I believe this was a write-in, I believe, because if you recall, there were 5 openings and 4 candidates, and so the board is being asked to select either Tommy Frutos of San Paulo Unified School District or Patty Lerner of Pleasant Valley School District to fill that seat.
Do we just make one comment, or do we want to do
We have to do a motion first. So, do we have a motion to award?
I'll move that we vote for Patty Lerner of Pleasant Valley.
Okay. Second?
Yes,
I'll second Ms. Fritos.
Okay. So motion by Bruno to award to, you said Patty
Lerner.
Okay. And second by Gomez. So are there any comments or discussion from the board?
Well, she's the newly formed treasurer for the Region 11. She's been a delegate, so I don't know why she didn't apply the first time, but she's doing a really good job as treasurer.
I have one question.
Yes.
It's from Pleasant Valley, right?
Yes.
Does Pleasant Valley have anyone else that's in the delegate assembly?
They do. Her name is Becky Crane.
Does Santa Paula have it?
Yes, Daniel is our,
Oh, he's the.
Samuel is our Region 11. Yeah. So, either way.
I can give you the names of the delegates in our subregion. We've got Cynthia Salas from Oxnard, Daisy, Lauren Gill from Conejo, Trisha Gradias from Fillmore, and then this would be for the vacancy.
Yeah, that was in our memoirs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, roll call. Bruno?
Aye.
Constanza?
Aye.
Gomez?
Aye.
Dr. Weiss?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Motion passes 5-0. Monthly reports and advanced planning. Seat reports. Ms. Bruno.
Nothing to report.
Okay, Ms. Constanza?
I went on April 16 to the grand opening for the Boys and Girls Club of Port Hueneme next to Art School.
It was well attended. A lot of our officials and funders and families, and it was the most beautiful. I mean, if you haven't had a chance to go in, please go in because it costs like a $3 million to do the remodeling, and it has like a recording studio, a podcast. It has the e-lab. It has e-sports. They have all the rooms for homework. They have an art studio. I mean, and they have a playground now in the back. So, so it was beautiful, and I didn't know that the city, the mayor of Oxnard went to Port Hueneme and also went to Boys and Girls Club. So that's the mayor from Port Hueneme. They were there, and there was parents who were there many years ago, 40 years ago, and now their kids are going there because it was a safe place to be. And that, I mean, just it was. They say that it's only $20 for the whole year. And if nobody can pay, they will go for free, and it has a beautiful playground. I mean, I was very excited to see because they did the whole remodeling, and it's very worth it. So just to spread the word out for anybody who wants to go.
I can't remember what I did these last few weeks, but I know I attended open houses for all my children. So it was a pleasure as always to be a part of this Rose Perez, Hathaway with Mr. Beneke. Wainini was fun like it is all the time. So I went to Wainini, so when I'm there on campus, I always remember like the feelings I had when I was there as an elementary student. During break, we had a great time. We got to rest. And then we used Ms. Delgado's letter for CASP testing to kind of go over our test anxiety that Rebecca's having this year as a third grader, her first time testing for CASP. So she's excited, she's nervous, she's going to have support with Ms. Archangel next few weeks and enjoying everything that our school and our district has to offer.
Dr. Weiss?
So I went to the DCOE Equity Conference on March 24th. That was quite good. And I was in Sacramento last week representing all of us for AXA. We were lobbying on 3 issues. One, telling the governor not to take away $5.6 billion from Prop 98 funding for the schools. It would account for about $5 million for this district alone. And then classroom continuity, extending the number of days that a substitute teacher can work. In some districts, it's real difficult. In special ed, it's only 20 days, and then they have to have a new teacher. So we're lobbying on that. And then the third was getting rid of the school accountability report card because it was developed in 1988, and we've had 4 different accountability systems since then, and all that data is available online. So anyway, those are the 3 things we worked on representing our area. And then what's the other? I attended the State Superintendent of Public Instruction Forum online. And if you want to see it, there were 6 candidates. It's on EdSource. You go to edsource.com and find it and see what the candidates were about. Interesting, different kind of people. Let's see, and then the last thing that I did this last week was I was able to sit in on Sarahi's dissertation proposal on defense. And she passed it. That's my last one.
Okay, myself, nothing to report. Superintendent?
All right, a few things to just highlight. This coming Friday and Saturday, Christian Anderson Jr. Friday night at 6 o'clock and on Saturday at 1 and 6. And one of the things that we're doing this year is we're holding the Elementary Art Showcase in conjunction with these events. So if you go early, art from all the elementary schools will be there. However, while the Green students are performing, the Green feeder school parents that have art in the showcase received an invitation to attend, and then 2 weeks later when Blackstock is performing, the Black feeder students have art in the showcase, but the art is all there. So hopefully you'll be able to go to one of those performances and can take a look at the art as well. And then I'm really excited. On Friday, Green is doing a college and career day, and it's a school-wide event. They have multiple presenters in classrooms all day long, and I was looking at the schedule today, and just a wide variety of careers that are going to be represented. So I think that's going to be a great event. Our staff appreciation celebration begins this week with our first Mr. Softy visits, and those will continue through May. And this period of time also marks a lot of special days that are designated to thank various categories of employees. So for example, tomorrow is School Bus Driver Appreciation Day, and Friday is School Lunch Hero Day, as well as National School Principals Day. We're finishing up celebrating Month of the Military Child at BARD in Wainimi. BARD held some of their events last week, and Wainimi's holding theirs this week, but there's many other events during May. So we have Day of the Teacher and our classified school employees week, and so it's just a lot of celebration going on, while at the same time we're doing spring conferences and CASP testing. So it's kind of an interesting end of the year. And then lastly, on Monday, May 4th, our Pupil Support Services Department is putting on a family workshop for families who have students with disabilities. And it's kind of a parents will be able to choose from a couple different workshops that they want to attend. And then at the end of the evening, they're going to do a survey to kind of find out from parents what types of things would you like to see in the future. They already have their date set up for next year, so they'll be able to tailor for what's going to be beneficial to families. And that's all I have to report for right now.
Item 13.3, suggested future agenda items. So we will now go into closed session at 7:51 p.m. to discuss labor negotiations and confidential student matters. Thank you. Have a good night.